Just think about the last thing you were worried about. I bet you had a solution in your mind as to what needed to happen in order for you to stop worrying about that situation. If only such and such would happen, if only I could control the outcome, if only I didn't have to live by faith, if only I didn't have to trust God when He says that everything's going to be okay. But that's what Jesus tells us to do first, when He tells us to seek first God's kingdom. Worry has less to do with what's going on in your life and more to do with what's going on in your heart. We learn to stop worrying by learning to love God and His Word and His promises more than anything. And I wish I could tell you that I've always done a really good job of that. I wish I could tell you that I have loved God and His Word and His promises so abundantly that I have never worried about anything. But I can't. And I don't think you can either. We all worry. At many times, for many different reasons, and yet as different as we all are, we do have one thing in common. We can all look back and see that God has never failed to love us more than anything. Even when it hurt, even on the most painful weekend of His life. The God who gave us life allowed His life to end on a cross so that you and I could walk through life not only knowing that all of our doubts and all of our worries have been forgiven, but also knowing that our God really will pay any cost. He will do anything to take us to the one place where our souls will be filled so abundantly that we will never even be tempted to worry about anything ever again. And about the best thing you could ever do as a parent, as a child, as a spouse, as a friend, is help someone to see that each day, because in this section on worry in Matthew chapter 6, Jesus promises that each day you are going to find something without even trying. He says, each day has enough trouble of its own. Each day your heart is going to find reasons to feel troubled. Each day you're going to be tempted to worry about many different things, so each day make the time to seek first God's kingdom. Open up the Word and be reminded again of the wonderful promises of God that we get to live on. Open the Word and be reminded again of the wonderful home that God has already prepared for you and your loved ones in heaven. Open up the Word and be reminded of how uniquely your life is cared for by your Father in heaven. And then remember what it's like to walk through life without fear of the future, because of a Jesus who gives us the right to walk through life without worrying about anything.